Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another movie reaction. Today, we're going to be stepping into a highly anticipated film. Now, this is something that you guys have recommended ever since the American History X one, which is by far the most viewed commentary reaction video I've done so far. If you haven't checked out American History X, definitely check that out. I'm really happy that's doing well because it really challenged me not only as a filmmaker, but as a person who is a black male in America, and also to see different sides of perspective, which is important when telling a story and also important as a filmmaker, because not everything is just black and white. As a filmmaker, you're supposed to be able to guide yourself in those gray areas and really challenge yourself creatively to tell a story. So during that film, a lot of you guys, I was talking about the French new wave of cinema and how it reminded me of that because of the style and the stylistic choices and the artistry within that film, especially with something like that. And you guys have, definitely recommended me a French film, Haine, which I've never seen. I've never heard of it, and you guys have been just recommending that through the roof on that video. So I just want to say thank you so much for bringing this to my attention. Now, just like the previous video on American History X, I'm going to make sure that you guys, obviously state your opinions, state your thoughts, but make sure they come from a common ground of respect for other people. And just no hate here, no hate at all. So let's just make sure that we're having a civil discord here, and no one's going off the walls. State your opinion, but do so on a foundation of respect. Now, looking at this film and kind of like getting an understanding of it, I know that La Haine in French is hate. So I know this is probably going to be a more controversial film. Some of you guys actually said it was controversial even in France, and that's pretty hard to do. So yeah, I'm going to be making sure I tackle this the same way that I tackled it with American History X, with a clear, open mind, but also doing so to where I'm not just going to not be afraid to say something what's on my mind. And I highly recommend the full length to some of these or things similar to this, because I have a lot to say that obviously I have to cut out for YouTube. So with that being said, guys, I'm not going to take too much time on it. Thank you again for the support. If you guys want to check out the Patreon, like I said, to vote, to look at the full length, to get early access, all that good stuff, definitely click the link below. But without further ado, let's hop right into La Haine. Again, guys, like always with films like these, please, when you state your opinion and when you comment towards others, it comes from a place of respect and open to learn. I feel like, if as long as your heart's in a place for learning, you can never really be wrong. It's always a chance for you to gain something of knowledge. So please, in the comments, just in case if this is that type of movie, which it might be, yeah, let's have some respect.
Jusqu'ici, tout va bien. Jusqu'ici, tout va bien. Mais l'important, c'est pas la chute.
Wow. Imagery. Off the bat. Wow. What a bombastic way to start, for sure. That imagery just said everything. Everything it needed to. Wow. Love that. Man, guys, I hope I don't talk too much about this film because I just love French cinema, like just how they move the camera. Like right there, I just felt like he was almost like letting us take a deep breath and then, boom, entering his world the moment his eyes opened up.
Qu'est-ce que t'as? T'es mon père, toi? Pourquoi tu vas papa, toi? Attends, c'est quoi, toi? T'es ma mère maintenant ou quoi? Attends,
already, I'm seeing like some similarities between the two films, between American History X and, this film. Even as something like the dinner table scene. I talk about that a lot in American History X as well, too. You can really get a good sense of a household just by watching them at like the dinner table, eating breakfast, where everybody's there talking, and it's just pure.
c'est à moi que tu parles?
That was a cool shot. Wow, that was a cool shot. Wow, how did they do that, actually? That was a really cool shot. I wonder if that was actually a mirror to begin with. Because usually you would, obviously see the camera. Unless they were able to mask it out back then, but I have a feeling like that wasn't a mirror to begin with. This is crazy. I mean, like, it just reminds me of like Brooklyn. That's like a Brooklyn, an 80s, 90s Brooklyn vibe. I'm not sure why. I think it's because like the streetwear and how they're talking. It can get like a really interesting 80s, 90s Brooklyn. What a shot right here, man. I love the black and white, man. Like the texture of this film is just screaming. It's screaming, you know, authenticity. It's screaming creativity, you know?
Eh mais Hubert, comment ils ont fait pour faire rentrer la voiture? Je comprends pas, y a pas de porte assez grande.
I love how the camera's moving too, like just the way that it subtly guides itself, you know, like just to emphasize an important moment. It might be subtle as like, you know, him punching the bag, but you never know, like because that camera moved in closer, you feel something. You feel like it gives context, it gives meaning.
Ils sont permis là?
Non, Farida, celle qui travaille au marché là.
Ouais. Ah ouais, d'accord. Enfin bon, en tout cas, toi, pour résumer, sans déconner, vous auriez dû être là, les comme surtout toi, Hubert, en vérité, c'était trop.
I love this scene too, like this whole tracking. Like, I love how they're talking with each other. Like, there's just something so authentic about it, man. Like how they're talking, how they're overlapping one another, and like, you know, like something there that just breaches beyond just acting, you know, like you really do feel like you're part of this life. Just how they're talking with one another, and then when they're walking, they're, you know, subtly shifting their bodies and looking around, and you know, it just, you know, it's just something so authentic as that. It's just great. Man, yo, I'm in love with how this film is just showing the lifestyle right now. Like, it just, like, you're really a part of it, man. Like, it's like a creative documentary. Like, it's just crazy because, like, right there, it just felt like two rival gangs just kind of going at it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it felt like a school fight.
Ah ouais, ouais, vous avez beaucoup de boulot comme quoi, par exemple, quoi? Trouver un truc bien baveux, histoire de foutre la merde, histoire de faire un scoop?
Yep, and that's another thing, too. Media is still going to be the media. Like I said, like, we're in this perspective, but other perspectives are, you know, there's not non-existent. They still linger and they still form around the story. And they do indeed shape it, you know, just like today. You know, the world that you see it is from your perspective, but the media will shape yours. You know, the other side that you're, you know, in conflict with will shape yours. That's why storytelling through film is so important, because I think any form of perspective and understanding and willing to talk about something that isn't shown from a different perspective, I think is important.
C'est qu'une voiture. C'est qu'une voiture. C'est qu'une voiture.
Qu'est-ce que tu dis? Vas-y, arrête. Ça va pas, t'es inconscient.
Ça va.
Mais c'est tout ce que je...
And I love how they're also talking about the people who aren't even part of the riots. Because, I mean, it's not just the car. It's his car. I mean, he has to work. You know, to them, it's just a car. But to him, it's his means to survive. Showing that these people's actions on both sides have consequences that affect other people who have nothing to do with it.
La vengeance est un plat qui se mange froid. Non, je rigole. C'est le frère d'Abdel. Ils ont un fusil à pompe. C'est la fête.
Vous voulez pas qu'on passe voir Abdel à l'hôpital? J'ai un truc à vous montrer avant.
Like the simple things like that, you know? Like, see how the camera was on the one guy, and then when it was the other guy's turn to talk, it went to him. Like simple things like that, a lot of people don't think of, and that can really give your filmmaking, your story, a lot more characteristic. You know, those things, those little things sprinkled throughout, they just add up. They add up.
Je bouge d'où là? Tu veux me faire bouger toi? Tu veux me mettre une balle? Vas-y, sors ton
It's like
truc de merde, là.
every
Vas-y,
occurrence.
là, qu'est-ce que tu fous?
Every occurrence. You know, you just feel you can feel the anger, man. You can feel the anger.
Dégage, c'est rapide, sinon je t'embarque.
Ta gueule, toi.
And just like that, see the two perspectives, and then the other one, the media, they're always in conflict with one another, always.
Tout le bordel que vous avez foutu, tu insistes encore? Vous insistez pour rentrer comme...
Another thing that I really admire that, you know, I think American cinema doesn't truly, like doesn't get as much as, like, let's say, for instance, French cinema is the faces. For some reason, like, the faces within French cinema just always tell a story in its own. Like, it's weird. It's super interesting. Like, their faces are just almost made for storytelling. I think it's great. It's unbelievable. You know, they never pick, like, you know, the prettiest people or anything like that. It's just, and not to say that they're not, you know, beautiful in any way, but you guys get what I'm talking about. That authenticity, it screams, you know, it leaks through the cinema. Does this make sense when I say that it almost feels like it's in color because of just how the camera's moving? Like, even when it's in black and white, it still screams depth and weight. And, like, it's almost as if the black and white showcases the color more than colored film could ever do, you know? Like, I'm not sure if that makes sense, but I think what I'm trying to say is that the camera work, the storytelling throughout that is just, man, it's seamless. It's so heavily textured, animated, expressive.
Et alors?
I don't know why I just got like a wave of emotion right there. I don't know why. I think it's because, like, this scene right here is just it just feels like it's so relevant to me almost, you know? What a shot this is, you know? Like, just, man, just showcasing just the lifestyle of this. It's just so good, you know? Like, dang. Yeah. What? So dope. Look at this shot right here. It looks like they're kind of like hanging it on something. Like they're hanging it on like some ropes above. You can kind of see it like swaying back and forth. What a cool shot this is. Whoa. Actually, how did they do this?
Ça déchire trop. Il tue.
I wonder how they did that. Like, I'm not sure if they had drones or, I mean, if they used like a helicopter or anything like that, but...
Et là, il fait froid là. Pourquoi il fait froid là? Mais parce qu'il fait froid, c'est rien ça. C'est parce qu'il fait froid ici, c'est tout.
Quoi, il fait froid ici?
Et voilà, ça va. Écoute-moi, sans déconner, je te dis, moi, je vais égaliser et ça va, ça.
Dang, man. See, you know better than getting your homie.
Tu vois?
Quoi, t'as rien fait là? Fais voir.
Tu vois pas, tu t'aimes pas.
Mais j'ai rien fait là.
Yo, this is crazy. Come on now. Yeah, you always got to get a cut at the barber. Unless your homie is nice or used to be a barber, you cannot get your friend to cut your hair. That is a death wish.
Les traditions, ils se perdent sur la vie de ma mère.
Tes mains, là.
Nice. Like these moments where like you just have these like pieces of moments where it just seems so magical when people are just doing their thing. Like here you have this, and then you had the guy DJing, the guy boxing, and then in American History X you had the basketball game. You know, it just, for a moment, it helps you forget. For a moment. Wow. Wow, that was dope. That was dope. How he kept spinning as the place was getting raided. Man, I love how this is being shot right here, yo. Like, I love how it's being shot. Just like how, just in the trenches it feels like, you know? Man. Oh, snap. My man just decked the crap out of him. That's wild. But you see how, like, the other guy, he's using his fist. And a little bit up here, too. But the other guy's just so quick to use that gun. And I'm just afraid that, like, yo. Like, he's idolizing that gun at a dangerous level. And you can tell the other guy's just, like, not. Like, Hoover is just not feeling it. He's not feeling that. Whoa. Whoa. Oh, that's cool. What? I forgot specifically what's that called, but that's basically for when, you know, how to get that effect, as if you're warping the space and you're pulling something towards you. You move the camera back, but then you also change the millimeter on the lens. So that basically feels as though like you're pulling it back, but then you're also closing in at the same time because you're counteracting. On two pieces of glass, you're moving it back, and then you're also closing in on the glass as well, too, vice versa, if you flip it the other way.
Et le gars, il croit qu'on va passer nos dimanches, il doit porter des oranges derrière les barreaux, c'est ça?
Ok, je quitte pas.
Man. I love how they're just taking these interesting perspectives while the dialogue is going. It's almost as if like he's almost talking to himself now. You know he's talking to someone else, but you know because he's talking to a mirror, it's almost as if he's talking to himself.
C'est dire quoi nous? J'avais un ami qui s'appelait Grunwaldski. On était déportés ensemble en Sibérie.
I love how this dude just came out the bathroom, taking a dookie, and then just starting to spit some knowledge.
Même quand nous devions nous laver ensemble, il était très gêné. Et moi, je me moquais souvent de lui à cause de ça.
Notice how everyone stopped talking, and they gave this guy their utmost attention.
Et alors, après, qu'est-ce qui s'est passé?
Rien. Grunwaldski est mort de froid.
Wow.
Pourquoi il nous a raconté ça?
That's crazy. I love that. Oh man, I could tell there was probably so much to interpret there. But look, it's gotten them speechless. Just like how it kind of left me speechless.
Va comment ton frère?
Ça va, ça va.
Enculé de sa race, le bâtard.
La routine, quoi.
Baisse toujours?
Et toi?
Moi?
Yo, what? Man, Coke can give you superpowers. Don't do it, guys, though. Guys, don't do it. That was just a little joke there. Drugs are bad. Don't do that.
T'es un gangster, toi. C'est pour la sécurité, c'est tout. Tu connais Gérard Majax? Quoi? Regarde. Une balle.
Oh, God. What is he about to do? Bro, no, not Russian roulette.
Bim! J'ai raté. T'es ouf, j'ai raté. Attends, c'est des vrais balles.
Whoa.
C'est classique, ça.
Dude. Holy crap, man.
Mais tu m'arrêtes. T'es complètement parano. Tu marques, là. Mais ouais, je te marque, fils de pute, là. C'est quoi ce enculé de salaire?
Dang, yo, this is crazy, man. Bruh. They just waving guns around like, yo, stop playing.
Quoi, les bouffonneries? Eh, je te fais rappeler quand même qu'il y en a un des nôtres, là, il est à l'hosto, là. Arrête de te prendre pour un martyr, d'accord? T'as pas les épaules pour assumer, tu comprends?
Wow, what a fantastic way to just like
Rends-moi, toi, c'est ça? Tu cartonnes, toi.
just using that camera, man. They are using this camera. I absolutely love it. You know, when it's just spiraling and turning as they go down the spiral steps. Like, they are using it to their advantage.
Tu bouges pas, je te dis, tu bouges pas. Tu bouges pas, mon gars. Voilà, ok. Hein, vous le connaissez, lui?
Qui ça?
Yo, this is crazy, man. And oh, man, because he has that gun on him. He has a piece on him, too. They can get into some crazy trouble. But that's crazy that they just apprehended them like that. Like, for what?
Toi, dans ton pays, on ramasse avec les pieds. Hein? On ramasse tout avec les pieds dans ton pays. Hein? Aïe. C'est ça le plus dur, c'est ça, tu vois.
Damn, man. What the heck, bro? You gotta be kidding me, man.
Et après, voilà, c'est ça. Après, tu t'arrêtes juste quand il faut. Tu vois? Surtout, faut contrôle, tu vois. Contrôle, absolument. Ça, c'est de la méthode. Contrôle, tu vois? Contrôle, tu vois?
Like, they're just... As if it's like a game.
Qu'est-ce que tu dis?
Mais putain, ne touche pas! Ne touche pas, lui!
Oh! Touche pas, tiens. Et ça. Et ça. Tu connais ça?
Yo, this is hard to watch. This is hard to watch.
Ça va aller, tu vois. C'est comme ça. Surtout après, tu relâches, tu vois. Le plus dur, c'est de s'arrêter à temps, tu vois. Faut pas s'énerver, tu vois. Faut savoir se calmer.
It's crazy how that was all just in one take, too. All from a fixed position.
Moi, le petit épine nerveux. Je t'ai dit, le petit épine nerveux. Regarde.
Dog, man, I'm getting infuriated right now. Like, I'm physically pissed off. Physically pissed off.
Pas toujours ce qu'on veut, hein. Pas vrai? Pareil, fils des chiennes.
I'm over here wondering what his views are. Like, what does he think of the whole thing?
Du champagne, du martini.
Yeah, I mean, it's just so interesting because I was wondering if they were going to associate a lot of the other aspects of, you know, France. I mean, obviously there's like a class system mostly over in, like, you know, the region rather than unlike, you know, over in America. So I was interested in seeing how the rest of this area, you know, was how it's still a part of everything that's happening, or maybe it's not a part of it. It's really cool that you see the two worlds colliding with one another. Like, the class system is literally jarring.
C'est Saïd qui a raison.
Vous voyez?
Tu m'appelles?
Comment tu t'appelles? Je m'appelle.
Voilà.
What's his name? And he somehow knew his name. Did they meet this guy before? Because he said Saeed's name. So who is this guy? That was really interesting. I wonder who that guy was and how did he know Saeed's name? Unless that was like a mistranslation, but
Putain, des fois on sent peu de choses, des fois, je te jure, putain. T'en as d'autres.
There's these like random interesting moments. Like, you have the cow, and then you also have the guy that, you know, they heard in the bathroom, and then you have this guy who was knocking on the car. Almost have like these really surreal moments that happen in this film. Damn, I love this movie. I absolutely love this movie. Wow. Some of these frames are just so damn inspiring, you know? Like, man. Unbelievably inspiring.
Vite! Vite!
Oh, no. Oh, no. Is he gonna do something crazy? Yo! Oh, man.
Quoi?
Oh, I was about to say, bro. Damn, I got worried.
Ouais, va niquer ta mère, toi!
I was wondering, I was like, so, I mean, they're kind of having this dialogue right in front of this statue right here. If you guys can kind of enlighten me on what that statue even is, or maybe the importance of it, it may give more context to the frame. Oh, man. Whew. That was intense, man. Wow. That was intense. Oh, God, man. What's about to happen? Damn.
Qu'est-ce que tu fais là? Tu flanques moi, hein? Qu'est-ce que tu fais là? Ah, regardez là. Regarde, regarde.
No. Yo. Oh my God.
C'est l'histoire d'une société qui tombe.
Oh my God.
Au fur et à mesure de sa chute se répète sans cesse pour se rassurer.
Oh my God.
Jusqu'ici, tout va bien. L'important, c'est pas la chute. C'est l'atterrissage.
Oh. Oh my God. Wow. Okay. I need a minute. All right. That was Haine, yo. Oh man. I'm trying to get my thoughts together. I'm sorry, guys. I'm really trying to get my thoughts together for this one. I mean, from like a filmmaking perspective, man, like this was incredible. This was like, in my eyes, like a 10 out of 10. That was like a 10 out of 10. That, I mean, like, just every second the camera moved, it had like a reason to it, you know? And it's not like there was like the prettiest framing or everything was symmetrical or, you know, anything like that. It didn't showcase a story through that. You know, it had a story through it. You know, I'm trying to figure out what to say because I'm still kind of taken aback by what just happened. But just the way the camera moved, the story was woven through that rather than the story being presented through each frame. And I think the beautiful thing about the first method, having the story being woven within the camera movement, it creates an authentic telling of a perspective, of a story. And it's been so rare, you know, when I become so immersed in a movie where I really felt like I was a part of this group. I really felt it. And obviously it's because, like, you know, I have background history. I mean, just things outside of the film that I can relate heavily with this. So yeah, pardon me if I'm a little speechless about what had happened at the end there, because man, that shook me to my core. That shook me. Oh man. Guys, please tell me what you thought about this. Please tell me what you thought about this. I could speak forever about this film. I mean, from just the messages, and I asked questions throughout this, throughout the, you know, the actual video. So you guys, please be happy to comment below, you know, some of the questions I asked, and please enlighten me on things that I either have, you know, no context of because it's in a whole different language, and also just tell me your thoughts on it. You know, like this was an incredible film. This was an incredible film. I would love later on, as this channel grows, to come back to this film and look at it more from an analytical standpoint. almost like a second viewing. So let me know if that's something that you guys will like. I mean, obviously further in the future, not like right away, but yeah, guys, this was a great watch. I'm really happy about this, guys. Please watch the full length. Obviously, check out the Patreon link below if you can. But like always, guys, please be safe. Please be healthy. Stay hydrated, because we are just getting started.
Purple jacket, pocket full of weed. Everything that I should ever need. Grab some matches, cause they give them free. Just like my time. Hair pulled back in the backseat.